and welcome back to While You Were Cleaning. Today I have two different fall wreath DIYs to share with you all using all supplies and floral from the Dollar Tree. Each of these wreaths cost under $10 to make, and I really love the way that both of them turned out, and I think that they would be a great addition to any front door for the fall. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I also have some other fall DIYs coming up. I don't really know when the cutoff is for fall DIYs, but I know that I haven't yet decorated for fall in my home, so I will probably be putting together some fall DIYs for the next few weeks and sharing those with you. I have some ideas in mind of some other videos that will be coming up with some more Dollar Tree DIYs and also some thrift store DIYs. So we're going to go ahead and get started with today's video. I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, please hit that like button, please comment and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. For my first fall wreath, I'm going to use one of these 14-inch wire wreath forms from Dollar Tree. I'll also be using 8 of these leaf bushes. I decided to use the red to burgundy colored ones. First off, I went through and I twisted all of the leaves so that they were facing out and so that they were laying flat so that they covered the most area. I also adjusted the leaves up and down the stems a little bit so that they were a little bit more spread out. Next, I'm going to use some brown twine from Dollar Tree. I cut off 3 pieces and I'm going to use this to tie my leaf stem to my wreath form. Leaving all of the leaves attached on one stem is a little bit easier because you don't have a bunch of separate stems to work with to tie down or to glue down. It also helps the wreath to have not so much of a rounded and put together look to it. The finished look is a lot more natural this way. I'm going to continue tying down these branches and work my way around to the wreath. I first tie them down in the center and then I tie them down on one end or the other so that all of the branches stay in place and they don't start to pull away from the wreath form once you put it upright. And every new set of branches that I lay down, I do go through and I turn those leaves again, making sure that they are spread out and all facing outward. And like I said before, I did use 8 of these leaf bushes to go around this 14-inch frame. Dollar Tree does have a few smaller frames that you would use less leaf bushes around. And then they also have this really huge one in stores right now. It's probably about 20 inches, and you would definitely need more leaves for that one. Once you have all of those leaf bushes tied down, you're just going to go through and adjust some of the leaves and bend some of the branches until you like the finished look. And here that wreath is completed. I love the natural look of this wreath and the simplicity of it. For the last wreath, you're going to need one of these 12-inch wood or willow wreaths. For this wreath, I'll be using several different types of flowers. I have these daisy-looking flowers with the velvet petals on them. And then I also picked up some willow, and then also some wheat bushes, and then lastly, some hop bushes in 2 different colors. I'm going to start off with these daisy type flowers. So first off, I push the greenery up the stem right underneath the flower, and then I cut off these flowers from the main stem. I repeated this with the brown flowers as well. Next, I'm going to add these flowers to my wreath. When you go to add the flowers, you're going to want to push the petals open a little bit because they want to kind of stay closed. So just push them flat. And then the great thing about this willow wreath is that it holds the flowers really well, so you don't have to use a lot of glue or anything. You can just push the flower stems right into the willow wreath. I added the first 2 bushes of cream and brown flowers to my wreath, and then I decided that it needed more of these bigger flowers, so I decided to do a second bush of each of these colors. So in total, I have 2 bushes of the cream flowers and then 2 bushes of the brown flowers. I alternated between the 2 colors as I worked my way around the wreath. You can see it's not every other color. Sometimes there's a group of 2 or 3 of the same colors. Next, I'll be adding some wheat pieces to the wreath. So again, I just pushed up on the leaves just a little bit and then bent out each of these branches and cut them off from the main stem. And then I'm just going to go through and add these randomly around the wreath. I kept them towards the outside edge of the wreath because I like the way that they looked kind of sticking out away from the wreath a little bit. It makes the wreath look a little bit bigger. And the great thing about this wreath is that nothing is glued in place. So if you really don't like the way that something looks, you can easily just pull it out and move it to a new spot. Also, all of these pieces have wires in the stems and you can easily bend them to go the direction you want them to. Next, I'm going to add some of these willow branches. Again, I first went through and cut them off from the main stem. These willow branches are kind of longer, so I did bend them around the middle and then kind of spread their branches throughout the wreath. But I did still keep them towards the outside edge of the wreath. I like the way that they stick out and add some width to this wreath. I ended up adding 2 of these willow branch bushes to the wreath. They each have 5 branches on them, so a total of 10 individual branches. Next, I'm going to add some of these hot bush flowers in this green and cream color. Again, I pushed the leaves up underneath the flowers before cutting them away from the main stem. And then I alternated between these 2 colors while working my way around the wreath. I did try to add the green hot bush flowers more around the cream colored daisy flowers, and then the cream colored hot bush flowers a little bit more around the brown daisy flowers, just so they didn't blend all together too much. Lastly, I'm going to add a few more of these wheat stalks onto the wreath. I felt like it needed just a few more. I really love the variety on this wreath. All of these different types of floral pieces with these great muted colors. I feel like they just come together so well. You can, of course, use any combination of colors and flowers to make your own wreath. Dollar Tree has some great fall floral out this year. I would just suggest using a couple different types and colors of flowers, along with some pieces like the wheat pieces or the willow branches. They really do add a lot to your wreath. And here, that wreath is all finished. I really do love the completed look, and I think this may be my favorite fall wreath that I have ever put together. I hope that you have enjoyed today's Dollar Tree Fall Wreath DIYs. Have fun creating your own wreaths for the fall season. Thank you so much for watching today. I really do appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!